I know you clicked this video because you want results, but I'm not here to repeat the usual guru advice. I'm not going to tell you to only post shorts, unlist your videos for a while, upload at some magic hour, make everything over 8 minutes, or avoid certain types of content. That's all just noise. What I'm about to share is something I figured out through experience. No hacks, no hype. And if you learn it and actually put it into practice, the way you see YouTube will change completely. All right, here's the real problem. Everything those so-called gurus keep repeating is wrong. Most of them don't even understand how the algorithm works. A lot of them just want views, so they tell you whatever sounds nice. Then you try their advice over and over, and nothing changes. Here's the truth. The YouTube algorithm isn't your enemy. If you're actually creating content for the platform, the algorithm's even trying to help you. Your job is to make your content good enough for the people who need to see it. And when I say content, most people only think about the video itself. That's not it. It's the video, the title, the description, and the thumbnail working together. Here's how YouTube treats new channels. When you start a channel with 0 subscribers, YouTube tests your videos by pushing them to a random mix of viewers to figure out who might actually care. Like, it's basically trying to find your audience. Now here's the catch. If those people don't click, or they click and leave right away, the algorithm slows down your recommendations. But if they click and watch most of the video, YouTube pushes it harder and wider. It really is that simple. For this to work, you need to give the algorithm enough data so it knows exactly who your video should reach. If you don't, YouTube will end up showing your content to people in completely different niches. Let me show you an example. I created a new channel a few days ago just to test this. It only has 2 videos. Look at the first one. It has 558 impressions and only 20 views. If you scroll down, you'll see that about 75% of those impressions came from suggested videos. That's why the views stayed low and the CTR is low too. When you check the content suggesting this video section, you'll see the algorithm was placing my video next to videos from totally different niches. Those viewers weren't interested, so they didn't click. And the few who clicked didn't stay. Now let's look at the second video. This one has over 17,000 views and the CTR is high. And instead of suggesting it next to random videos, YouTube is now pushing it on the home feed. I'm going to show you exactly how I made that happen. Just stick with me. I want you to understand the basics first. Now, here's how to make the algorithm work for you as a beginner. I know this might sound a little weird, but it's true. You need to stop worrying so much about the algorithm. Instead, focus on your audience. The thing is, when you're starting a new channel, you need to be clear about what kind of content you're making, who it's for, and what your viewers want to watch or learn. It's a lot easier to make good content when you actually understand what people in your niche want. So how do you figure that out? You analyze what's already working in your niche. YAG. Look at the types of titles that get clicks, the thumbnail styles, the intros, and the pacing of the video. I'm not saying copy them exactly, but just get inspiration. Let's break it down with an example. First, find a topic, then find keywords that help the algorithm know who your audience is. To do this, check the top performing videos in your niche. I highly recommend adding the vidIQ extension to your browser, and on your competitor's channel, sort their videos by popularity. You can see a bunch of videos doing really well, but you need to focus on 3 key metrics, which are the number of views, the outlier score, and the views per hour. Here's an example. This video has 1.7 million views and an outlier score greater than 100. That means it got 100 times more views than the channel normally does. The last metric is views per hour, and you can see this video averages 370 views per hour. That might not sound huge, but let's do a simple math. This video is getting 370 views every hour. Now let's multiply it by 24, which is 1 day. That's 8,080 views per day. Still, that might not seem like a lot, right? Let's multiply it by 7, which is 1 week. Now you can see it's getting not less than 62,160 views in 7 days. Now, let me blow your mind. Let's multiply it by 4, which is 1 month. You can see that this video right here is getting about 250,000 views per month. That alone can reach the 4K watch hours, even if your average view duration is 1 minute. Now check this other video. It has good total views and a high outlier score, but only 16 views per hour. That tells us people aren't interested in this topic anymore. And here's another one. It's a month old, but still getting around 150 views per hour. And I'm sure the algorithm is doing all the work. These are the numbers you need to check before picking a topic. High total views, a strong outlier score, and consistent views per hour. That's it. The next thing to do after coming up with a video idea is to find the right keywords. I mean, the ones that help the algorithm push your video to the right audience. Like I mentioned earlier, if you're starting a new channel and don't give the algorithm enough data, it'll test your videos alongside content from completely different niches. So you might be making a video about self-improvement, but YouTube ends up showing it to people who love cooking. Think about it. How are you going to get views if that happens? Here's what I usually do. I go to vidIQ. It's free to use, but if you can afford the pro version, it'll give you way more features that really help. Here, go to Discover and click on keywords. Now, paste the title you're planning to use in the search bar and hit search. You can see here that this title gets over 14,000 searches every month. And check this out, keyword is rising, which is why the arrows are pointing up. You can see it's grown by 90%, which is good. If you're in the self-improvement niche, this could be a great video idea, but don't just copy it. You know, lots of people have already seen similar content, and if you copy-paste, viewers might click but won't watch because they'll realize it's the same thing. Next is making sure the description is rich in keywords. You want more searchable keywords that match your niche. And if you're looking for fast growth, go for high search volume keywords with low competition. For example, this keyword has over 60,000 searches per month. That's huge. It's even dropped a bit, but 60K is still gold. Here's another one with 25,000 searches per month and low competition. What you do is collect a bunch of these keywords, and then I'll show you how to write the perfect description for every video using both the keywords and your title. I'll drop this prompt in the video description for you. It's ready to use no matter what niche you're in. Here's how to use it. Grab the prompt from the description, then open Google Gemini or ChatGPT. Paste the prompt into the input box and add all the keywords you got from vidIQ. Now paste your video's title here and hit send. This will generate a fully optimized video description based on your topic. If you look closely, you'll realize these are the keywords I provided. Now, make sure you also use those same keywords as your tags for the best results. Now, once you've done all that, there's one more piece you can't ignore. If you mess this up, you'll get impressions but barely any views. It all comes down to the thumbnail. Even if your video reaches the right audience, none of it matters if they don't click. And you don't need any paid software to make a good thumbnail. Canva's free version is more than enough. Start with a simple background. What I like to do is use a bright color against a dark background, or the other way around. You want your thumbnail to pop, even when it's tiny on a phone. Keep it clean. Don't stuff it with too much text or too many elements. People should understand the main idea in under a second. If they have to figure it out, they'll scroll past. The real secret is emotion or curiosity, something that makes the viewer pause and think, hold on, what happened? And remember, your title and thumbnail need to work together. The title gives the context. The thumbnail adds the hit of interest. That's really all you need. One more thing, make sure you're delivering value. You can do everything right and get views, but if you don't deliver, people won't subscribe. Here's what I want you to do next. Watch this video again until everything makes sense, and then apply it to your next uploads. YouTube isn't against you. When you do things right, the platform actually helps you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.